I'm at my parents in Scarborough, midway through painting my bike with Plastidip. This is week 17 of the vlog. A couple weeks ago, I showed you my bike, and I mentioned that I had a few parts that I was going to be installing on it in order to upgrade it. Also decided that I wanted to change the color on it. I've had the bike for a while now and just decided a fresh new look was in order. So wasn't actually going to get it painted or powder coated. I decided that I really wanted to try Plasti-dipping it. Plastidip is a product that I've heard of for a few years, but I've never actually used. It's kind of like a rubber coating, and you sometimes will see it on cars or on their rims, and I saw no reason why it wouldn't work on my bike. And unlike painting or powder coating, it's not permanent, so you would spray it over top of the existing surface of your bike, and then if you ever wanted to take it off, you could just peel it off. So have no experience actually working with this product, but did a bunch of research online, and then I also practiced a little bit on both on a box and on a glass jar that I had here, and it did find it's a relatively forgiving product. Like when it goes on, it looks almost like little droplets and a little bit splotchy, but as it dries and cures, it really evens out. So I was pretty confident that I was going to be able to end up with a pretty good looking new paint job on my bike. In order to prep my bike and get it ready for painting, I had to take pretty much everything off the frame, so try and strip everything down from the frame. Had a little bit of trouble actually getting the crank out. So ultimately, what I ended up doing was I wrapped the crank so that none of the Plastidip would actually get on it. But otherwise, was able to get derailleurs off, take off my aero bars, wheels, all that sort of stuff. And then I just tried to clean down the frame, clean the frame as best as I can. So taking off all the grease and dirt and grit and anything else that was on there. Living in a condo, don't really have anywhere here that would be all that great for spraying my bike. So I ended up deciding that I would take the train out to my parents in Scarborough and use their garage to actually spray the bike. When I'm painting the bike, I'll need to be able to somehow secure it without actually holding it. So I've decided what I'm going to try and do is use a wire coat hanger that I've deconstructed and put up through the seat tube. So as you can see, I've put it through and wrapped it around. There'll be some trial and error, but I'm hoping this will work out well. Got my bike hung up. I'm going to go over all the masking tape one last time to make sure that I've got everything masked off that I need to, and then it's time to start painting. First coat's dry, it's time for a second coat. It's looking pretty black. This could be the last coat of black paint, or black plastic. So I've got 4 coats of black Plastidip on the bike now. As I said off the top, not very artistic, But to give it a little bit of a flair, I did pick up some, it's a chameleon color. I believe it's silver and turquoise. So I'm going to put that on the back end of the bike and inside the front fork. Bring on a second coat of chameleon. I think this is my third coat of the chameleon color. Let's start my final coat. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how the paint job turned out. Like, definitely was my first time doing it, so there was a lot of learning as I went along, and there's some things that I would do a little bit differently, but in the end, it's I think it looks pretty good. It's smooth, like it didn't build up in any areas too much, yeah, when I've started putting my bike together, everything seems to fit together really well. So yeah, for a first go with Plastidip on my bike, pretty happy with it. One thing that I've yet to mention, and that is a little bit of a problem with my bike, is when I was undoing the screws that clamp the seat post for my bike, I actually broke one of the screws. So half of one of the screws is still threaded inside the frame of my bike. This is the third time that's happened. And the other two times was able to get the piece that was inside, still threaded into a frame. I was able to get it out. But this time I haven't been able to get it out. So that's still a work in progress. So far I've had no luck with the different ways that I've tried getting the screw out. Like in the past, because the screw didn't break off completely flush, I was able to kind of work it around. This time I also tried drilling into it and using an easy out, but hasn't worked so far. So someone from Velofix is having a look at my bike later on today, and hopefully they'll be able to help me because I am anxious to get back on my bike. Thanks a lot for watching this week's video. I'm really hoping that next week I'll be able to bring you what my new and improved Kijiji Superbike looks like when it's all finally put back together. That'll really depend on whether or not I can get that broken screw out from my seat post. But until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.